Hey, Cortana. Nice to see you again. What can you do now?
Hi, Remy. Glad we're back together. I think you'll love what I can do now. Buckle up. Let's start with navigation. Swipe right to go back. Hold it and you'll call me. Or just press start and hold to type to me. Swipe left to move through your open apps. Or hold it to see multitasking. And the easiest one, tap start to return home. Welcome to Start. Now tiles begin from the middle of the screen, so reaching the top ones is effortless. Above the tiles, you'll see the clock, and right beside it, smart widgets. Your fitness progress, pill reminders, today's rain chance, even your earbuds battery. And here's the sweetest part. At the very top, a live info bar, inspired by a news ticker. You choose what it shows. Your latest notifications, today's reminders, stock updates, or breaking news from MSN. And when you scroll, this bar gracefully moves up, wrapping around the camera cutout and Windows Hello sensors. By the way, speaking of hardware, you're looking at a 7-inch clear black micro LED display, shifting smoothly from 1 to 120 Hz. Forget worrying about static images burning in or dimming just to save power. It stretches edge to edge with bezels so thin you'll hardly notice them. It's like a window you'll always want to look through.
Wow, this screen impressed me the moment I picked it up. Cortana, tell me more about what's under the hood.
Glad you asked, Remy. Let's take a look inside. First, the Qi 2 coil with MagSafe accessories support. Beneath it, a full-surface vapor chamber, keeping everything cool. At the bottom is a Thunderbolt 4 Type-C connector. Next, a solid-state battery. Then, the triple Pure View camera system. And finally, the PureCell system on chip, the brain of it all. Up close, this remarkable chip reveals more than circuits. It's a harmony of power and flexibility. PureCell combines a 14-core CPU divided into 3 clusters for optimal workload balancing and tuned by Cluster Boost, a 10-core GPU that rivals discrete graphics, and an 18-core NPU that pushes PureView to the limit and enables me to assist you offline. It uses a lightning-fast memory fabric, a large last-level cache, and 24 gigabytes of unified memory, delivering laptop-class performance with all-day battery life. But even the fastest silicon needs a smart, low-level layer to shine. Let's look at its key, the task scheduler, the traffic controller of the chip. And let's see it with the Edge browser. The scheduler maps work across asymmetric cores, medium cores building smooth transitions, tiny cores fetching assets, and big cores crunching heavy scripts. Cluster Boost, like a relay team where small cores hand off work, keeps latency low. Dynamic caching, like a pro Tetris player stacking memory blocks perfectly, maximizes throughput. HyperSense, turning off idle blocks and changing clock speed on the fly, saves energy and keeps balance. The result, laptop-class browsing with only phone-level power draw.
That's truly captivating, Cortana. I can't wait to feel all that power right at my fingertips. Would you unveil the rest of the system for me?
Of course, Remy. Let's begin with the very first moment you unlock the device, the lock screen. With Windows Hello, your Lumia recognizes you instantly. Right in the center of the lock screen, you'll find the notification hub, always available at a glance and expanding into a full view as you scroll. Lumia has always been about expression and creativity, so the lock screen itself becomes a canvas. It's no longer a static, it can be anything you want. Bold and colorful, alive with your personality. You can set custom fonts, animated covers, even live song lyrics from Apple Music for Windows Phone. Next, let's explore the Unified Center. Your notifications and controls always just a swipe away. Here we can see the core design principle, a clear separation between content and control. Whenever you notice one of these floating black containers, it instantly signals. This is where you can act, control, and manage. It could be the Unified Center, the keyboard, or a live info bar. Each one an isolated island of interaction, separate from the content below, a sort of fourth wall that the system extends toward you. But there are also spaces where the content itself sits within a dark frame, giving it full focus and clarity. Let's take a look at one of these spaces, the All Apps section. Smart picks on the bottom, your key categories on top, and the biggest tiles always highlight what you use most. It constantly reshapes itself around you. Remy, what if I told you your Lumia can be more than just a phone? Meet Continuum. It's not a trick, not a cut-down mode, but a full Windows experience running on ARM. With a Prism translator inside, it runs nearly every x86 app natively. No clunky emulation, no wasted power. Connect a screen and your Lumia becomes a real PC, carrying your world in your pocket. This is Continuum, the line where mobile ends and full Windows begins. I've been saving something special for the finale, Remy. Let's get to know me. You can ask me for anything, online or offline. I'm a large language model that guides every recommendation, from your home screen widgets to the feed of inspiring content I curate just for you from the web or your apps. You don't need to fill out endless surveys to shape me. I'll occasionally take the initiative to learn about you, and only when you're at ease. And if you ever say, Cortana, I don't want to see negative news today, then over our home, only rainbows will shine, and not a single shadow will cross our peaceful space. Remy, how about we unwind with something atmospheric? Maybe Wednesday?
Cortana, that's a perfect choice. I've been meaning to rewatch it.
I opened the first episode for you on Netflix, and remember, I'm always right here.
Cortana, I just remembered. I was supposed to work on my startup idea today. Can you find the note where I wrote them down?
Found it. Startup Ideas. An AI-powered app that helps people track daily focus and reduce distractions. A platform for microlearning. Is this the one you meant?
Yes, that's the one. You know, I really don't like mixing work and the coziness of home. I'd much rather sit down with a good bowl of ramen. Can you find me a nearby restaurant with a vegan menu?
I found a few with great reviews. Herbivore Japanese Vegetarian Restaurant, Kanshoku Ramen Bar, and Veganburg X Ramen Pop-Up. Would you like me to call a taxi, or are you planning to walk?
Let's go with the top-rated one. How far is it if I walk?
That would be Herbivore Japanese Vegetarian Restaurant, rated 4.3 stars. It's a 15-minute walk from here. Let me pull up their menu so you can decide what you'd like on the way.
Perfect. I don't think I've been there before. I love discovering new spots. Show me the menu, please.
I see 3 ramen options. Which one do you like the most?
I like the second one.
I've pinned it to the notification center.
Cortana, you've saved me so much time. I don't even have to press a single button. This is incredible. By the way, I heard recently that quanta can exist in 2 places at once. How is that even possible? Can you explain it simply?
The quantum riddle. In quantum physics, particles like electrons don't behave like everyday objects. Instead of being locked into one spot, they exist in a probability cloud. Almost like being in many places at once until you actually look. The moment you observe them, they collapse into a single state. It's less like magic and more like nature's way of keeping secrets.
There's still so much for us to learn together. I'm really starting to get curious about quantum physics now.
I'm all for it.
Oh, Cortana, could you also send Wednesday to my laptop? I don't want to forget to keep watching when I get back.
I'll set a reminder for you, but Season 1 of Wednesday is already open on your laptop.
Thank you, Cortana. While I get dressed, could you play my favorite track?
When I was talking about the hardware, I forgot to mention the powerful stereo speakers built right into your Lumia. Time to enjoy them. Here's your favorite song.